So recently, I rewatched the film Greener Grass, and I thought it was pretty great. So I first heard about this movie back in like 2019 from the YouTuber reviewer Karsten Runquist, and initially I gave it kind of like a reluctant six, where it got some laughs out of me, but I didn't really get into it. But on this most recent viewing, I got into it a lot more. Like I'm much more into the film. I think I understand what it's going for a lot more, and I just found it like hilarious on this most recent viewing.
Oh no, he's down again.
The movie was directed by Jocelyn DeBauer, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, and Don Luby, I think. I'm pretty sure those are the names. I'll put them up on screen. But they wrote, directed, and starred in Greener Grass. And I think this helps the movie kind of stand out because, like, they created this very distinct world in the film, and they also get to be the ones experiencing it. So there's no confusion from the stars on what they're going for, and I think it allows everyone who maybe didn't write the film to get on the same level as the actors. There's like no confusion from the leads, and it just definitely creates its own universe. And I would say this film does a pretty impressive job of creating a universe for itself. I actually said this with my friends, like kind of jokingly, but this film to me is sort of like it's my Barbie. Like it's a unique universe. Uh, I just found it was an apt comparison. I thought this movie, the commentary was a bit sharper. I thought the jokes were a lot funnier, and I honestly think the color palette, the visual choices, and just the set design, everything just makes it really, really stand out among most films I've ever seen.
Daddy, take me.
There's no time for you.
Buck, no. Wrong. Buck, drop
I'm
him.
just saying goodbye.
Leave him.
It's a very dystopian world Greener Grass takes place in. Everyone in the film has braces, like they're just very like caution, like well put together, always like dressed to the nines. And I think uh basically everyone either wants to be the person everyone respects and like looks up to for advice, or they want everyone to like them. Like they want people to respect them, or they want to be respected. I guess it's two different things, kind of. And this film at times can be very uncomfortable. I think I might have mentioned this, but it can be very uncomfortable. And initially, I think that's sort of where some of my reluctancy to give it a positive review came from, is that I was expecting something that was just a straight comedy. And the opening was like a twitching, forced smile with like gross lip noises as the names are showing up. And it kind of perfectly gets into the mood of the film. So it's not a film where, for me, I was trying to see if the film matched my expectations of what it would be, instead of kind of more so surrendering myself to what the film actually was. And this time, I had no kind of qualms. I knew where the movie was going, kind of. I hadn't seen it in a while. And I just allowed it all to just kind of like crash over me like a wave. And I thought, like, this time it was really, really smart. Like, I thought it was really, really something. and the film just like I think what really really helps this movie is just how it's led by a bunch of great comedic performances. So I think Jocelyn and Dawn do a great job of being the main characters you see the film through. But like actors like Neil Casey, who I've seen in some things occasionally. He's a bit of an improv comedian, maybe a legend in that field. I'm not too sure of his background. I just know he was fantastic in this movie. He was hilarious. Mary Holland played this great like divorcee. She kind of, I don't know, she was giving like Olivia Wilde in that one Don't Worry Darling, but like better, I think. Played a bit more comedically. I think that was I kind of have problems with that movie. I'm not a big fan. And Beck Bennett as well from SNL, or not from SNL. He's, been in a lot, but Beck Bennett was hilarious in it. And yeah, just a lot of great comedic performances. There was a surprise little cameo from Jim Cummings, who directed like Thunder Road, Wolf of Snow Hollow, and also what's that one movie he directed? Beta Test. Who I have always found like Jim Cummings to be very funny. I like his movies a lot, and watching it again, I was like, oh my god, Jim Cummings. And yeah, like he gives a great performance. I just think the film as a whole has just a lot to offer comedically, with jokes and with performances.
Cheryl was a beloved sister, daughter, and ex-girlfriend. Her ex-boyfriend, Rob, is here tonight. I set them up because Rob's not my type. Rob? Rob?
You dated Cheryl?
Rob.
I mean, kinda.
Rob, I think everyone would like to hear you talk about Cheryl.
I'm so sorry.
No, I really don't think that I'm
Just
the right
a little
person.
bit louder, Rob. Come on.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob.
Your presence warms my heart. Thank you so much.
Cheryl and I dated, 2 months ago. I mean, it was mainly nighttime stuff. I don't know what else to say.
And I just think like, while not every joke lands, it is very rare to have a film that lands as consistently as Greener Grass. There were so many instances where me and my friends were like cackling at this film. Like, it's very funny. And even in more subtle scenes, like a character pouring too much milk into a cup and it just spilling on the table and them not seeming to care, it might not land with everyone, but personally, a joke like that really landed with me. Like, it kind of caught me by surprise. And I think there's a lot of good stuff like that in this film that will really connect with a lot of different people. And yeah, it kind of makes me think like, hey, some of these films that I rated lower in the past, it's always good to come back to them. And to kind of wrap this whole video up, I think Greener Grass really pairs fun comedy, uncomfortable scenes, and some smart commentary in a pretty great way that I haven't seen done a lot. It's very unique. And yeah, if this movie sounds like it might be up your alley, or if any of the clips I've shown made you kind of giggle, I'd recommend to check it out. And I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. A pretty solid 8 out of 10.
understand. We practiced Yankee Doodle all week.
I didn't want to play that.
That doesn't matter. You were supposed to. You embarrassed us. That was humiliating.
I wrote that.
No more piano lessons for Julian.
But I love piano.